Hi there, welcome to my channel. So today we're talking about keto and some of the dietary challenges that we have when we go out to eat or when friends invite us over for a cookout or a special meal. I've been showing you some of my lovely flowers outside, and I shouldn't have bragged on them so much because my marigolds have come up with this southern fungal whatever, and I've had to throw some of them away, and I'm going to film a little bit of those to show you what that looks like, and I'll include what that fungal thing, whatever it is, I can't think of the name of it right now, but I'll include that in the video when I actually film those. So a lot of people don't understand the keto diet, and they will look at us that are on the diet and say, you eat mainly meat. Well, we do eat a lot of meat. We eat a lot of whole foods. And I think that is the key when we're dining out. We need to find restaurants where they cater to people in the respect that the less processed the food is, the better for us it is on the keto diet. And sorry, the ice maker is still doing so well, thank goodness, and it's dumping out the ice today. I always make ice early in the morning before the house heats up because the ice maker does tend to slow down when the ambient temperature is higher. So anyways, so the whole foods, what I'm talking about is meats that aren't coated with rubs that contain sugar. I'm also talking about meats that are not fried, of course, and as vegetables that are not over processed. And this is where I stick with the program. We went to a retirement dinner over the weekend. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness, I danced, I sang, I ate well. I opted for brisket with some fat on it, and I found some boiled cabbage. It was so good. It tasted very southern, but it didn't contain any sugar. That was a wonderful meal for me, and I did have, I think it was 6 ounces of Cabernet, which is also very low carb, and that's all that I had. I didn't imbibe in anything else, and we were outside in the Texas heat, and I stayed hydrated. So that's what I do. I look for menu items that are just as simple and unprocessed as can be. We had a Mexican meal. It was a restaurant we hadn't visited before. And I don't often order salads. I go for the meats and as many whole veggies as I can find. And I don't imbibe in a ton of veggies, of course, because I keep the carb limit down. But at this particular restaurant, I looked at the ingredients on the fajita salad, and I thought, this is perfect. They serve either a fajita salad or a taco salad, and the difference with this particular menu item was one was served on a bed of lettuce, and the other salad was served in a taco shell bowl. I avoid ordering those because those taco shell bowls tend to become crumbly, dampened, moist during the meal, and the taco bowl starts to flake off into the salad, so you're imbibing some fried dough while you eat your salad, and we know that is not keto. So if you do accidentally get served that taco shell bowl, it's no harm in a restaurant to do your own thing. Ask for an extra plate. Dump your salad out on a plate. I have learned while in restaurants or with people that don't even understand the diet, there's really no reason to explain your diet to people unless they have questions. You could look at them and say, I've been keto for 4 years. This has served me so well. I'm a reverse diabetic. That's all you have to say. They can ask you later some questions if they have it, and they will, especially your friends. When we're heading to barbecues for example, it's a summer right now, so I have barbecues on my mind. If people don't understand your diet, don't hesitate to ask, what are we having? Ooh, that sounds good. What are we having? Or just be prepared before you go. And the grilled foods usually ends up being very keto friendly. And one thing you can do is an old adage diet, helpful piece of advice for any type of diet you're on is eat something ahead of time. Make sure that when you go, you're not starved so much that you sit down and imbibe in foods that you typically wouldn't have on a daily basis, or you wouldn't include in your diet, I should say, which throws you off track. If you want to stick to your diet and not cheat, and you don't know what's going to be on the menu at the get-together, don't go overly hungry, because then you can limit yourself while you're there. If you can't find choices that fit into your keto, you can limit yourself and not feel denied or not feel starved or not feel like, well, I'm going to imbibe in all of this, because, well, you lose your mind. I've not cheated very many times on the keto diet, but I can tell you one day I got into a Mexican restaurant and I had not been in that restaurant before. Everyone just seemed like they were having a party. It just seemed like everyone was having a great time. And we do that. It's a joyous, eating is a joy, can be a joyous occasion, and it really should be. We should enjoy our meals. They weren't designed for somber time frames. That's why we eat together. It's just a matter of something of enjoyment that we share with our friends, we share with our family, we share with our loved ones. But I got into this restaurant and I thought, a chip isn't going to hurt me. I ended up eating 15 chips and I had higher blood sugar the next morning, because I have dawn phenomenon, than I had in years. No, it wasn't over the top horrible, but it wasn't where I wanted it to be either. I think I shot up 6 points above my personal limitation on my blood glucose readings. And I said, that wasn't worth it. Sometimes when our blood sugar is driven up in the morning with dawn effect, it'll be driven up for 2 or 3 days following, and maybe not throughout the day, but maybe in that fasting stage of the day, our numbers will be higher for 2 or 3 days, and it's frustrating. Was the chips worth it? Absolutely not. That cheating was not worth it at all. And like I said, I think I had like 15 chips. Might have been okay if I'd had one. There's a couple of suggestions for things like that, especially appetizers. Consider taking some pork rinds. Use those as your dipping agent. But just avoid the fried, coated with flour and other things, appetizers. Just avoid those altogether. I've actually taken a chip and I'll spoon the salsa out on the chip and I'll eat the salsa, but won't eat the chip. Anyhow, there's all kinds of ways to work around this, of course. So I'm currently writing an article about dementia and whether there's a specific diet for dementia. And one thing that has come to me as I complete the research is that eating foods that we find enjoyable is important to our mental health, our mental well-being. And this doesn't mean that we go out and eat whatever we want, but it means that we take care of ourselves, that we nourish our soul. Eating is not the most important thing in the world, but when we nourish ourselves and we nourish our soul, we help create that joyous outlook. And that in itself is good for our physical health. That in itself is good for maintaining our diet, because we'll want to maintain. And I don't consider keto a diet. And a lot of people will say, well, you're on the keto diet. No, I'm a keto lifestyle. It's here to stay. I love to claim that. So let me know if you have any questions. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And hit subscribe if you haven't done so. If you like the video, hit like and share with others if you know someone that needs this information. Sharing is caring. You have a wonderful day. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the clips. I had to dig my marigolds out. I had them planted in with my cactus. Like I said, there was this fungal thing that I think it's the southern states that where we start losing these marigolds. And I'm going to record a video of those that look like in some other pots that are starting to get the same issue. And if you've seen this, let me know. Let me know what you've done to cure it. But from what I read, there is no cure. Once your marigolds start having this issue, they just continue to have it. It doesn't go away, unfortunately. And you guys, like I said, have a great day. So this is the pot that I had the marigolds in, the ones that died. This cactus replaced the cactus we had during the Texas is frozen season this past February. And this thing is probably 8 inches shorter than my shoulders, and it's grown that much. It started out about 8 inches tall. So these are the marigolds that I am losing, and this is what it looks like. Sorry, we're hearing a plane go over. And I just think these are so pretty. I hate to lose them, but as you can see, I can't keep up with. They're just, all the blooms are just dying off. And this is what's happening. When they said once this starts, it just spreads like wildfire. This is the pepper plant. We had a neighbor move out. I think it's a red Cajun pepper. And she was having troubles with the plant, and she gave it to someone else, and the other person said they didn't like hot peppers. I said, I'll take it. I said, look, there's promise here. If you look, there's new growth underneath here. And there's a pretty bloom. Don't have much going on here, but what I do have, I appreciate.